dear students. How are you all? I hope you are keeping in good health. Now, let us begin our lesson. First, let me ask you one thing. Do you remember the story which I taught yesterday? If not, I will repeat once again. We have seen Paul and Morgan were going to her room. And when Paul went, first he switched on the lights to see where the sound of the ghost was. But when he put on the lights, he could see nothing. Then he told Morgan, "I don't find anything here." And Morgan says, "Maybe the ghost is afraid of you." And also she says, "The ghost is she, not he." And Paul kept quiet because he was not wanting to argue with her. Then after that, Morgan went to sleep and Paul sat in the chair. This was the story of yesterday. Today, let us continue our lesson, first by reading. Later, I will explain. Paul was falling asleep when he heard a soft whispering sound. It came from near the bookcase in the darkest part of Morgan's room. Morgan also heard the whispering. "Paul, can you hear her?" "Yes, I do. Hold still." Paul got up and tiptoed over to the light switch and turned it on. The room filled with light again, but there was no ghost to be seen, and the whispering stopped. Once again, I will read. Please look at carefully. Paul was falling asleep when he heard a soft whispering sound. It came from near the bookcase in the darkest part of Morgan's room. Morgan also heard the whispering. "Paul, can you hear her?" "Yes, I do. Hold still." Paul got up and tiptoed over to the light switch and turned it on. The room filled with light again, but there was no ghost to be seen, and the whispering stopped. Now, dear students, I will explain to you. Listen carefully. When Paul was sitting in the chair, he was feeling very sleepy. At that moment, he heard the whispering sound, and he went near to the bookcase, and that bookcase was filled with dark. So the darkest place he reached, and from there he could hear the whispering. And by the time Morgan got up and told Paul, "Paul, can you hear her?" Then Paul said, "Yes, I can hear the whispering." Then Paul went to the light and switched on the lights. Again, the room was filled with light. As soon as the light was on, the whispering stopped. This was the explanation of these two paragraphs. Dear students, Now you read these two paragraphs carefully and underline the hard words. And also send me the voice message of your reading.